Hello. Welcome to the Goods. I know that you have been looking at us wearing our Fly Goods podcast gear and wondering where can we get those. Well, guess what? We have the answers for you. We have it here, Teespring. Go to Teespring and you will find all of this glorious merchandising, from t-shirts to mugs to, well, there's other toys, but we can't talk about that now. Go to Teespring, enjoy our memorabilia.
And we're back, all flash.
No substance.
So today's top 5 is actually our kind of like a part 2 to our space movies, and this is top 5 alien attack films.
Yes, all the movies that we were arguing about not putting in the space movies, we put in this list.
And if we didn't get crap from the first one, we're definitely gonna get crap for this one. So Terrence, go first.
All right, so yeah, like we said, everything that wasn't in the first one's in this one now. So number 5.
Number 5.
All right, so number 5, I went with The Fourth Kind.
The Fourth Kind with Mila. Okay, yeah, that's a good movie, actually.
It's a really good movie, and they did a great job in marketing, making me think that this was real footage. And then I found out it was fake, and I was kind of disappointed. But it was really good on how to convince you. They did quite enough with the videos and the authenticity of how they made the videos look, and showing you what they were pretending to be like real footage versus the movie footage and stuff like that. It did a great job and made me scared, thinking I was like, oh shit, fucking aliens are real. Why are we doing this movie, and why are we not telling the government talk to us about this stuff? But it's a really good movie. It's very suspenseful. It's basically a borderline horror film without there actually being any type of real, like, I mean, nobody's getting like torn apart, but they got some body horror scenes where she gets her back broken.
Yeah, I would
and, like,
say,
and it's like, it's very creepy, more paranormal horror.
That's paranormal. That's a good word.
Okay, so I would put it like that, but it's like, if you haven't seen it and you're a big fan of aliens, which obviously if you're watching this top 5, you probably are, you definitely want to go and check this movie out.
All right.
Number 4.
I
went with Edge of Tomorrow.
Never seen it.
You need to see it. I have no idea how you could be a Tom Cruise fan and not see Edge of Tomorrow.
Because I am not as big of a Tom Cruise fan as you are.
But also, too, Emily Blunt's in this movie, and if you are an Emily Blunt fan, you should see this movie.
You're right. I should see this movie.
It's a great movie, and she looks amazing. You want to talk about Sarah Connor vibes? That is her in this movie. It's a great film. It's basically Groundhog's Day, but with aliens.
Okay.
It's basically Groundhog's Day with aliens and hot Emily Blunt. So you definitely want to go ahead and see it. It's a great film, and it's like, as you see his progression as a character, Tom Cruise progression as a character, it's like you go from hating him to falling in love with him as the movie progresses.
Okay.
All right. So, number 3. All right, number 3. We're talking aliens attacking here, right?
Right.
The biggest alien I could think of attacking the world would be Cloverfield. Because I love that movie, and even in its first person view, which kind of got really overused in this era of movies where like everything was first person, I blame you, Blair Witch, and found footage, this movie did a great job with it, because they did it as more along the lines of what it was like if an alien was attacking the world, and what the people on the ground would be going through, people trying to make their way to safety, and how all of this stuff is affecting them, and how this rampaging alien is just destroying the world while they're just kind of just trying to survive.
And that's like mad kaiju vibes.
Yeah, it's definitely. It's basically a Godzilla film, but from the ground up. Right. Instead of looking at eye level with Godzilla and just watching the kaijus fight, or like a Pacific Rim where we're just watching everything happen here and not really caring about it. Even though Kong versus Godzilla was the only time they really kind of showed you what it's like to be on the ground. But this movie is totally about what it's like to be a person on the ground while this big kaiju is rampaging.
All right. And what's funny about that movie is that that's actually the baby.
Yeah, and that's the baby. It's supposed to get bigger, and we never got to see that sequel.
And the mom's actually in the water still, and the baby's out.
We never got to see that sequel because Emily Blunt took over with
Emily, what?
Emily Blunt took over with
What did she take over with? Oh, Quiet Place.
Yeah,
right.
Quiet Place. Because Quiet Place is actually was supposed to be the sequel to Cloverfield. All right. So number 2. Can't count. Number 2.
The
Predator.
That was number 2. I thought it was number 3.
No, number 3 was Cloverfield.
Oh, okay, cool.
Yeah.
All right, number 2.
Number 2 is number 2.
Number 2.
The Predator.
The first one.
The first one.
Okay.
The good one.
The good one. All right.
Look, this movie's great. We've had it on many lists. I think we had it on sci-fi film list. I think we had it on action movie list. Like, this This is also one of the things where, like, this is the Departed of aliens attack films. This is the Heat of alien attack films. This thing is probably going to be on a bunch of lists. If you've done if you watched your top fives before, you're going to hear about this movie before. It's hard for me to keep talking about how great this film is, but the special effects for the time were amazing. Arnold Schwarzenegger and Carl Weathers' roles in this movie were amazing. Should have been JCVD as the Predator. Maybe we can work him into a sequel. Maybe there's one coming up called Prey.
Is he the crab? Is he going to be the crab predator?
But maybe he'll be the crab predator. He'll be the predecessor to or not the predecessor, the pre one.
The predecessor. Forget it. All right, go.
So, but even with that being said, it's like that the way that they went with the design of the creature was the best way for them to go, and it's like this movie will always fit no matter what era you continue to watch it in. It's still gonna always hit. So,
all right, number one.
What did I put as number one? Oh yeah, ID4.
ID4. That's your number one.
That's my number one. Look, it wasn't my number one on a previous list that we had for flight films, but it does qualify for aliens attacks because the movie is really about aliens attacking us and what we're gonna do. Okay. Yes, there is some space flight in it. But most of it happens I would say most of it happens in New York. Like everything really happens in the U.S. and the aliens are attacking and our independence on how we fight back against the aliens. It's iconic. The speeches in it, the feel of it, the action sequences. Will Smith was at the top of his game in this movie. So I mean,
it launched him. I mean, I would say that it did. This is what when we always talk about it. The Bad Boys helped him transition, but this is the one that made him a superstar.
Definitely. And Ian
Goldblum.
Thank you, Goldblum. Also, amazing role.
He Goldbloomed it up.
Yeah, I mean, this is when I really understood what Goldblum was and who he was, and that was a fly that happened and stuff like that. But this is when he was like, I can do this character forever. I don't have to ever change. I just have to be me for the rest of every movie.
Goldblum it up for every movie.
Goldblum it up, just like Ryan Reynolds it up, and Will Smith's it up. It's like they just gotta be themselves in every movie that we go for from here. But this was a great buddy film, even from when it came out.
All right, my number five. My top five is very hard. This was one of the hardest that we've ever done.
Okay.
Because there are so many.
Yes, definitely.
So many. And it was hard. It was hard to really pinpoint any. I'm gonna go ahead and start with Independence Day.
Okay.
I'll start with Independence Day at my number five. Everything that you said. But the disaster film, Emmerich, Roland Emmerich.
Like this was the start of disaster films.
About these
Let's
really
destroy
big
some
films.
big monuments.
Yeah, and from the promo and the trailers, the teasers. I mean, showing the White House blowing up and all these other big monuments blowing up, and how insane it would be if any of that would happen. God forbid. But yeah, and then it gave you the music that Emmerich chose, especially when the aliens attack. It's very reminiscent of the old H.G. Wells War of the Worlds films that back in the day, and it brought you that, and like you said, with that cast, I mean, a superb cast, and we will till the day we die say that is the best presidential speech ever on film by Bill Pullman. That's all I gotta say about that.
I mean, whoever wrote that speech should be reading the speech for all the people who are in the White House right now.
Number four. Well, okay, this is very hard because this can very well be number one.
Okay.
But I'm gonna go with Fire in the Sky.
Okay, was that?
Do you consider it an alien abduction film more? I mean, because they attacked him. They probed the hell out of him.
I consider The Fourth Kind an aliens attack film, and I mean there was very little aliens attacking.
Okay, Fire in the Sky.
I'll give you Fire in the Sky.
Fire in the Sky was it was intense. It was terrifying.
Yes.
And it had some. I mean, D.B. Sweeney was phenomenal. Like his acting was really freaking good in this movie. But when you're seeing all of the trauma that he goes through, and then when you're finally seeing what really happened to him, it was completely freaking really terrifying inside. Like it was, I couldn't even fathom that ever happening, like for real, because it was really, really disturbing. Some of those scenes were very disturbing in that movie. Yeah. So yeah, Fire in the Sky number 4.
I always thought when that movie, and I was like, so if he didn't get away, was he just gonna die on that ship?
Oh hell yeah!
Yeah, damn. It was such a like.
Or
the thought
they,
about it.
they
Like,
could
he's
have done a
gonna die
lot.
on
They
it.
could have made him breed
Yeah.
him. They could have done a lot of things to him.
That's where the prongs in your butthole came from.
Exactly. Number three.
Number 3.
Number 3 is Aliens, bro.
Okay.
I got to throw Aliens in there. You know,
Okay.
part two over part 1.
We kind of attacked them.
We did attack them,
We kind of attacked
but they
them.
started. Anyway,
All right.
it was revenge. It was a revenge.
It's Jaws' revenge.
Jaws' revenge. I could have gone either way as far as Alien, because in Alien, in Scream, in space they can't hear you scream. So okay, I see that. But the amount of action and how Cameron directed it, plus you got again, great cast, and the whole implementation of the colonial marines and all of that. It's not like the aliens were like, oh, hey, what's going on? Hey, come in. No, they attacked them. So there you go. So yes, one of the best sequels of all time, arguably, top 5 sequel of all time as far as direct sequel.
Yes, definitely.
So yeah, number 3. Number 2.
Number 2.
Number 2 is The Thing. You want to talk about remote drop? This movie is definitely.
I put it on here. I was like,
This movie is definitely a remote drop for me when it comes to the suspense, when it comes to the special effects.
so
the
we're talking
makeup.
Kurt Russell thing or the prequel thing?
Kurt Russell.
Okay.
But you get Carpenter's direction, Carpenter's music, everything about it was just phenomenal. You got freaking Spawn himself, Keith David's in it. Great cast again, but just an iconic film. And this one is a remake from the 1932 version or whatever it was. Yeah, it didn't miss a freaking beat, man. 1982, still to this day, one of the best horror films of all time. So that's my number 2. Number 1.
Number 1.
Number 1, of course, is The Predator. Of course. There's nothing. Now, is he really attacking or is he hunting? There's a difference.
I mean, attack, hunt, same thing. Same thing. Same thing. Abduct, attack, same thing.
Some would say, and I don't know how you feel about this, but some would say that this is actually just a step above the Terminator, the first one. I would say yes. I would say this is better than the Terminator, the original Terminator.
At least the Terminator.
Not T2.
The Terminator had like one goal, and you guys who got died were just in his way. And the Predator is just kind of like, I'm gonna kill all you guys. I need as many trophies as I can.
Right.
So yeah, and it's like he's more of a threat than the Terminator technically is. The Terminator is like, I got a goal to do and that's it. As long as you keep preventing me from my goal, I'm probably gonna kill you. But if you don't get in my way, I'm not gonna kill you.
He don't need no phone book.
Yeah, exactly.
He just kill your ass.
Exactly.
No matter who it is.
You don't need no phone numbers in the jungle.
Yeah, just kill your ass. But what I liked about it too was everything was pretty much practical with the exception of the infrared and all of that. Yeah. But outside of that, you look at Terminator and you could see that some of them are a little dated as far as the special effects and all of that.
Definitely.
Stan Winston was great, but let's be real, this one was not.
4 decades ago.
It was freaking phenomenal. And so if you're gonna look at aliens attacking, number 1.
There you go.
Honorable mentions.
Honorable mentions. The Thing. No, actually, I did write it down here as my honorable mention. I remember I was like, I know I wrote The Thing. Why is it not on my list? Because I was flirting with how I was gonna put it in there with aliens attacking, and I took it out because I wanted to put Fourth Kind.
Understandable.
Yeah,
Understandable.
I really wanted to put Fourth Kind in because I figured you were probably gonna do The Thing, so I put that one in.
Okay.
But I include both of them, so the original or the Kurt Russell thing, and then the prequel thing, because I enjoy them both.
Oh,
equally.
I enjoy both.
I enjoy them both equally.
Yeah.
So also too, I put on here. I put A Quiet Place because my love of Emily Blunt, and it's an amazing movie. So you definitely go ahead and see that one.
Okay.
We talked about Signs. Signs is definitely an alien attacking movie.
Yep.
World of Worlds. Even though as much as they try to do with Tom, obviously another Tom Cruise movie that I saw. As much as they tried to update it, sometimes World of Worlds is just kind of boring. And I put Night of the Creeps.
Bastard. Okay. I had Night of the Creeps. Thrill me.
Yeah.
Got to have Night of the Creeps in there. That's a lot. Critters.
Yep.
Invasion of the Body Snatchers.
Invasion of the Body Snatchers is a really good one.
World of Worlds. Plan 9 from Outer Space.
Plan 9 from Outer Space.
Okay. Mars Attacks.
Mars Attack. I love Mars Attacks.
Monsters vs. Aliens. Signs. The Faculty.
Oh yeah, The Faculty. Yeah.
Killer Clowns from Outer Space.
Hey, Killer Clowns from Outer Space. It's in the name.
Yes. And last but not least, and some would say, I don't know about that one, Man of Steel. Zod Attacks.
Zod Attacks. He is an alien from space, and he does attack us. So it's, yeah, he definitely has a ship and everything.
Yeah, that's right. Terrence, take us home.
All right, guys, this one was a fun one. I know we went kind of fast. We're a little stressed on time, but make sure you subscribe if you haven't done so already, and click the notification button so that we're aware of all the other videos that we do. Make your list, go buy some merch, or donate to us. We appreciate it all.
For Aspen, Art, and Carla, wherever they're at, I'm Manny.
I'm Terrence.
And we'll see you next time.
Real quick, if you're still here, because we do these into the video little blooper things. If you're still here, look down. There's a link here for Patreon. If you guys like the show, please give us money. We'll take a penny. We'll take a nickel. We'll take a dime. We'll take $1. We have some stuff on there that we're giving away on Patreon if you do contribute, because trust me, we need help. We want to buy new equipment, and we need an editor. Somebody who doesn't have to stay up in the middle of the night. Or they don't have to stay up in the middle, but I won't have to do it. So please, down patreon.com/thegoods. It's in the link. Please do it. We appreciate it. Top.